How long have you guys been playing together?
As a band, probably about 2 years. I think.
Yeah, about 2 years.
Yeah.
2009.
Okay.
Conception.
And you both are from Australia.
Yeah.
But you live in different places.
I live in Barcelona. Aaron lives in London.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've lived in Europe for about 8 years. He's lived in London for about 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah, 4 years. We didn't actually know each other in Australia. We actually met over here.
Okay.
Yeah. But we
It was a
are
blind
still
date.
yet Australian.
And you said it was a blind date? Was it?
Yeah,
really?
well, basically Aaron sent me an email saying, do you want to be in a band? It sounds like this, and with a few demos tracks attached. And I listened to the demos and said, yeah, I want to be in that band. That sounds great. And then about 4 months later, we were sort of emailing every so often, emailing some demos back and forth. And then the idea was that Aaron came and lived at my place in Barcelona for a month to figure out if it was going to work, to actually try it practically and see if we were going to work personally and if the sound was going to work and all that sort of stuff. So the first time we really met was like Barcelona International Airport, where he got off the plane with all his shit.
Great.
To come and live with me for a month.
He told me I was crazy, and I had to agree.
I guess you spend most of your time actually together then on tour?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I usually have to go to London. Usually the routine is I go to London between like 4 days and 2 weeks before we start touring. Depends, this summer we did some touring, and I went like, a long time in advance so we could do some recording for the record. We have to kind of plan things a bit. Mm-hmm. But usually we hole up in London for a while, rehearse, record if we need to, get band things done, then go out on tour.
Okay.
So London is kind of our base, really.
Okay. As I was going to ask you about being in a band with only 2 people, if it's, how it's different, but obviously this isn't even a normal being in a band with 2-person thing either, so you only see each other.
Yeah, there's not much that's normal about it, I don't suppose, in lots of respects. The advantages of being 2 people means that you can travel in a car instead of a van. We don't have a drummer. Our equipment we can pretty much do in 2 loads each.
We can fit in a smart car. We can actually fit us and everything we need in a smart car.
We tested this in London, and we were able to make it to a gig and back in a smart car. So yeah, we're light. We have a small footprint. And the advantages of being separated are just that we have to be more organised. So we have to have kind of a plan. We have to book lots of shows rather than just single shows. So it actually sort of forces us to kind of be a bit more focused.
Yeah, to have a bit of a battle plan.
Yeah, you have a plan. And I think that really helps. And the same with songs too, like they have more time to kind of be considered.
That's the thing, in a rehearsal room you throw up stuff, you go, oh hey, well, what about this, let's try this. And then the personal dynamics, like someone's got a hangover, like there's things are going on, and so ideas some bad ideas fly just simply because there's a good feeling in the room. Good ideas get shot down because nothing's going right. But when you're actually trading demos back and forth, you actually you sit and listen to it, and then 2 days later you listen to it again, and you listen to it again. You form an opinion, you don't just kind of fly off on that.
Yeah. So then when you pick stuff and you're actually playing it live, how is it different from, when you're working at home? I mean, obviously you're playing together, but are you sort of redeveloping it for a live performance?
A little bit. It gets more dynamic live a little bit.
But yeah, it's surprising how little though, because when we write the songs, we keep in mind that we don't want to write a song for 5 people and then try and do it for 2 people. All the songs we write are sort of written for 2 people to play.
Okay.
So there's not keyboard parts with guitar parts with bass parts all at the same time. So there's one or the other, so we can play it. Okay. So we don't have to, we don't run backing tracks and that kind of stuff. The drum machine plays the drums, but everything else is played by us. So we write with that in mind, definitely.
Because you're playing everything live, right? I haven't seen it yet. So.
It's like that with the record too. I mean, there's occasional little overdubs here and there, but most of it is only what we can do live, just the 2 of us, and actually play, apart from the drums. Yeah. Because we don't. I don't know. We didn't want to kind of like become a backing track band where there's all this stuff going on that you just know is coming from a laptop somewhere, and
Yeah.
it's all a bit dehumanized. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I was reading it on your blog or something. There was a reference to equipment called the box.
Yeah.
Is this the drum machine?
The box is back there, covered with a big piece of plastic. Yeah, it's like a yellow road case with our drummer inside of it. And it has some
lights.
Yeah, it has flashing lights on it has lights on the front that flash for the kick, the snare, the hi-hats and claps and the cymbals. So you can watch it and you can see what's happening, like kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. So it's like a drummer, like
It's a show-off, like all drummers.
Are you guys concerned about sort of making money solely as artists? Because I know like a lot of ways that people are exposed now to music is in free format.
Yeah.
Sort of how are you feeling about that as something that's evolved?
That whole thing kind of, we're a touring band, so the exposure is really good. You know, like if everyone's got a copy, then they're going to know the songs and hopefully they might want to come to a show. So that's the upside of blogs and everyone just distributing your music for free. So there's been a real positive side to it for us so far. But yeah, the money side is the downside. But you can't assume that everyone, you know, if 10,000 people grab your song for free, maybe only 50 of them would have paid for it. If that was a wall between them listening to it, they might not go, I'm going to pay money just to have a listen to this. I might like it. I might not. So it's a gamble. So people are going to need to hear it first. So.
You can't control it. We just got to adapt to it.
And what do you think? Do you think that there's a good way or to adapt to it, like a better way? Is it playing live?
Playing live is important.
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely one way to kind of reach people who like your music. Yeah, definitely. And
I think that's the question everyone's asking is how does music pay the bills now? Like what happens now? No one's really come up with an answer because like music's the same as it was. Like you have recorded music and you have live performances. There isn't some new thing that can like be a revenue stream. It's still the same old thing. It's just like how we get it is different.
Yeah.
So I think that people are going to be struggling with that question for a while. The problem's not going to go away for musicians who want to make a living.
Yeah.
But also for us, like if it wasn't for the blogs and stuff, this band wouldn't be nowhere. Like we wouldn't be doing a Europe-wide 6-week tour.
What kind of music are you guys listening to now?
it's really varied and it's all pretty good. So we listen to all sorts of things. Yeah, we don't listen to any particular genre of music at all, actually. No, not even a particular genre, let alone a certain artist or anything. So it's pretty much
kind of just into quality rather than niches. Because I mean, that's kind of a young thing saying I'm really into this shit. I'm really into this kind of music that I can name. It's kind of like a real young thing to do, and like we're kind of hoary and old, so you kind of lose that desire to identify with the scene. Yeah.
So, okay, I have to ask then, how do you find being, maybe older musicians in a band that's starting out, playing with younger musicians, and how is it?
It's fun.
Feel?
It's good. It's fun. It's fun. And it's good. And it's sort of, I think it's kind of a lot easier to do when you're older because you don't have these kind of ridiculous expectations that some A&R guy with a checkbook's going to rock in and go, hey, you guys are great. Yeah.
It's not going to happen?
No.
Damn it.
It's true. Like we know the score, and the only reason we're doing it is because we like it. We know what's involved in touring in a band because we've done it a lot in different groups. So yeah, we know the score and we're doing it because we want to. And well, in my case, I don't know if I can get a job doing anything else.
Yeah. Well, that was going to be another one.
My skill set's pretty narrow.
what would you be doing, do you think, if you weren't still playing music,
I'd probably go back to university and study politics or something, political science, and then not get a job.
Yeah, either, exactly. Play guitar.
Yeah. Become an academic. I'm not sure what I'll do. Just community service.